So I completed my first box of miniatures. I had them all painted. That was that start collecting box. And I knew that the combat patrol was probably the next step. Combat patrol is essentially the next version of the start collecting box. Was more expensive, is designed to kind of have a variety of units and even play against other combat patrols. They're also kind of changing these to make them worse, but I got this one and finally finished putting together one of the models. This one has actually 5 different units. The bikes, 3 of them are a unit, and then 3 of them are a different unit. The bike's kind of intimidating me right now, but don't worry about that. Another Wraith Lord, another Farseer, both of which are units I like and I'm comfortable doubling up. The last one is a group of Guardian Defenders, a basic infantry unit for the Aeldari. That's 11 models for a unit, and that seemed kind of intimidating to me. And it was. I built 4 of these in one group, and then kind of shut things down for a while. So here's what those look like. They're not that many pieces to work with, so that's nice. A torso and a leg might be one piece, for example, so there's less things to sand down. There's probably a lot of detail work and shading I could do on these, but I haven't gotten there yet. At this point, it just kind of seemed like even putting them together and painting them was kind of an intimidating process. So ended up going with there's a lot of options with these guys, so we may as well talk about them. This is another group, or this is another model kit that makes 2 different groups, or 2 different units. One of them is a melee unit called, not the one I picked, so I can't remember, and the other one is the Guardian Defenders, which are these guys, a more ranged unit. These guys are frail, so even the melee unit, I don't think I would want to like stick that in somebody's face, but ended up going with these guys. They do a few different things. One, they kind of act as a bodyguard for the Farseer. Since the Farseer seems pretty important, I felt like it was good to have a bodyguard. If not, he's going to be blown off the map, and none of those important things he can do are going to happen. In general, you kind of need some kind of basic infantry unit. The game is played in which you have to score points based on holding zones of the map, and these guys are pretty good at holding zones of the map. So that's why they're here. They're pretty good at killing small, lightly armored things, and they also get a mobile gun platform that has a, let's just say it's one of those weapons that's on top of some of the bigger units. So that is what these guys do. They carry around that weapon, they protect the Farseer, and they can take out small units and control objectives. So once I started working on these guys again, I tried to have put together one of them each day and glue it and then move on to the next one. And that got me through to building all of these models in maybe 10 days, something like that. For an experienced Warhammer person, that might be a tremendous amount of time to put together this kind of unit, but it was pretty good timing for me. I'm not the fastest at these things. So since there are lots of options, I once again steal some of the pieces from the other unit. There's also lots and lots of head options. Some of them are helmet, no hair. Some of them are helmet, hair. Some of them are no helmet, face, hair, the whole 9 yards. I ended up giving all of them helmets. A pretty good amount of hair as well. And I even added a couple things that aren't really supposed to be on this model. These guns are the ones that come with the Guardian Defenders. You're supposed to put them on there if you're playing game as the rules say. This other secondary gun is there just to be cool. Because why not? This one, I also added a little bit of blue streak in the hair just to try to make it look cool. So the hair on these guys, I tried to make some kind of light pink, ended up with almost a peachy color, and that's fine. I'm going to make the hair different on some of the other ones so that there is a mix. Halfway through putting these models together, I realized that there are actually male and female versions of this. I don't know why I didn't notice the elven boobies, but yes, apparently no, there are anatomically male and anatomically female Guardian Defenders in this kit. A couple of the things have some cool little pieces for doodads. This one, for example, I don't know what that is supposed to be, that little ball controller thing that they're looking at. I'm just assuming it's controlling the gun platform, because that makes sense in my eyes. I also gave this one a sword, because why not? It looks cool. Unfortunately, I kind of put it together so that it's almost like showing that it has a sword. Like someone asked it, like, "Hey, did anyone bring any melee units and melee weapons?" And this guy's like, yeah, I got a sword." My buddy said it looked a little show and tell. At some point when it's warmer, when the humidity's good, I will spray paint these guys and get going on painting them in a similar color scheme. After they are completed, I think I will actually be in a spot where I could play the game. The smallest version is about 500 points, and even though that first box that I got is 500 points, it's kind of a weird mix of units, so I felt better about having these guys to help score points and kind of be in that 500 point game mix. The two boxes together are 1,000, about 1,000, and not that far from a full 2,000 point army at that point in time. But I'll talk about that in a different video.